On February 19, 2020, New York rapper Pop Smoke was killed in his Los Angeles Airbnb during a home invasion that went terribly wrong. In this episode, we will delve into the details surrounding Pop Smoke's death and show you exactly how it happened. In the late 2010s, the hip-hop genre experienced a wave of rising stars whose ascent to fame was nothing short of meteoric. XXXTentacion, Juice WRLD, and Pop Smoke captured the adoration of millions around the world. Tragically, however, the three journeys were cut short. X got shot and killed in an armed robbery in 2018. Juice died from an accidental overdose in 2019. And in 2020, Pop Smoke became a victim of his own fame and fortune. Now, let's focus on Pop Smoke's story. It's absolutely mind-blowing. Here we go. We'll start with a quick timeline. On February 7th, 2020, Pop Smoke dropped a new album called Meet the Woo 2. Huge success, solid reviews. Long story short, the album made a lot of noise and fattened Pop's bank account. Several days later, on February 18th, Pop Smoke and his friend Mike D arrived in Los Angeles to celebrate the success of the album, do some shopping, record new music, and make a few appearances at the West Coast parties. You know, the usual stuff celebrities do. Thanks to social media, we know exactly what Pop and Mike were up to in LA. They were showing their lavish LA lifestyle on Instagram. Here's Pop arriving at the Beverly Hills house they rented. Here's Pop and Mike holding some thick cash and nuggets, expensive cars, fancy clothes, Rolexes, golden chains. Well, you get the idea. Little did they know they'd made a fatal mistake by posting those pictures and videos. The clock was already ticking, and disaster was inevitable. What are we talking about? Well, let's take a closer look at these two images. See the problem? By accident, Pop and Mike leaked their LA address. Now all fans know exactly where Pop's staying. But forget about the fans for a second. What about those who have very little interest in Pop's music, but have a ton of interest in the cash and jewelry he was showing off? Now, this group of people also knows where to find Pop.
Hey, check this out. We got Poppy's address here. Zoom in. It's 2033 Hercules Drive. What an idiot.
Well, why don't we go say hi and help him spend that cash he keeps bragging about? Any better ideas for tonight, brother? Nah, let's go! Let's go! It's past midnight, February 19th. Pop and Mike are at one of LA's music studios on Sunset Boulevard, 20 minutes away from the house. Meanwhile, a black BMW slowly crawls along Hercules Drive in Beverly Hills. Suddenly, an individual exits the car and runs towards the house Pop and Mike are renting. The individual then returns to the BMW less than a minute later, and the car takes off. What was it? Oh, it was a reconnaissance. That's when the burglars are getting themselves familiar with the house they're planning to break into. They're basically looking for the easiest way to get in, so that when the time comes, they're ready. And the time comes that same night. At around 4 a.m., shortly after Pop, Mike, and a woman named Amelia Rose return to the house from the studio, a different car makes a similar maneuver. This time, though, 4 individuals exit the vehicle and go straight to the house. They know Pop and that girl are in the bedroom on the 2nd floor. Amelia's in bed and Pop's in the bathroom. He doesn't know that behind the door, Amelia already has a gun held to her head.
Shut up if you don't want to die!
The invaders get to the bathroom, where they're confronting Pop, likely demanding cash and jewelry. But things don't go according to their plan. Pop refuses to surrender and starts a fight, loud screams, and then a shot. Wounded Pop desperately attempts to escape and runs down the stairs to the 1st floor. Here's when the criminals fire 2 more shots into his back. Complete silence. Devastating silence. You can smell the adrenaline and fear. Even the killers are in shock. They snatch Pop's golden Rolex and some other jewelry and flee the crime scene almost empty-handed. Pop Smoke was rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where he died shortly after. He was 20 years old. By the way, it's the same hospital where another Brooklyn rapper, Biggie Smalls, was pronounced dead after being shot in LA back in 1997. For whatever reason, Brooklyn rappers don't do well in LA, that's for sure. Eventually, the LAPD arrested all of the individuals involved in the home invasion and killing of Pop Smoke. It was basically a group of teens. The oldest was 19 and the youngest was 15. Just a bunch of LA kids who saw the address and thought that they're gonna get some easy cash by robbing Pop. Pop Smoke, who had his whole life ahead of him, joined Tupac, Biggie, X, and Juice WRLD as yet another hip-hop artist who died at or under the age of 25. This is the story of Pop Smoke's death. This is how it was. Alright, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss new episodes.